O.J. Simpson, the legendary football player made infamous during his sensational murder trial, has died. It's our top story on the 4. I'm Heather Myers.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. In a statement on Simpson's social media accounts, his family said he succumbed to his battle with cancer. He was 76 years old.
Bradley Blackburn looks back at how Simpson's rise and fall captivated the nation.
O.J. Simpson's fame and infamy spanned across decades. As a star running back at USC, Simpson won the Heisman Trophy in 1968. Nicknamed the Juice, he played 11 seasons in the NFL, first with the Buffalo Bills, then the San Francisco 49ers. After retiring from the league, he launched a successful career as a sports broadcaster, movie star, and ad pitchman. You know it. But in June 1994, millions watched police chase Simpson in his white Bronco on LA's freeways. His ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend Ron Goldman were found stabbed to death. Simpson was accused of their murders. Alan Dershowitz was part of his star legal team.
There was overwhelming evidence that might suggest that he did it, and then there was one piece of evidence that was tampered with.
With cameras in the courtroom, Simpson's trial became a global television event.
And of course, the infamous moment was the day he tried on the glove, and that the glove did not fit.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
A jury found him not guilty.
I remember when the verdict came out and the street split. There were black citizens on one side and white on the other, and people were seeing justice through different eyes.
But in a civil lawsuit from the victims' families, Simpson was found liable and ordered to pay millions in damages. More than a decade later, his book, If I Did It, garnered headlines. A 2007 Las Vegas robbery and kidnapping over sports memorabilia landed him in prison. He was paroled in 2017. His family says Simpson was surrounded by his children and grandchildren when he died. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
Well, here in San Diego, we covered Simpson's criminal trial extensively.
We actually had reporters and photographers up in Los Angeles, and we covered it here locally for the verdict and the fallout. CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal joins us live in studio with a look back at our coverage. Kelly.
Remembers what it was like up in Los Angeles for all of this. So many cameras, members of the media, thousands of spectators and crowds of police. She says it was very clear to her she was covering history.
This is what it looked like outside the LA courthouse just hours before the verdict in O.J. Simpson's criminal trial was read.
I think he might be acquitted.
I think it's going to be guilty.
Street vendors sold T-shirts, and as the morning went on, the crowd swelled to thousands. Security was tight. Police shut down streets as a precaution.
Again, we are asking your cooperation. If you start to cross the streets, this will add to confusion.
TV cameras captured everything. The crowd was tense and emotional. Here's the moment after the not guilty verdict came down. In San Diego, CBS 8 staff was glued to the television.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187.
In Southeast San Diego, this was the reaction.
You cannot convict on a reasonable doubt. You have to have good, solid evidence to make a conviction.
Hi, we heard about O.J., yeah.
However, other San Diegans were disappointed with the outcome of the trial.
Somebody with a lot of money just got all these fancy lawyers, and I think it really hurt people's faith in the court systems.
I think it's a kind of a joke, because obviously there's a lot of people that think that he was guilty. And our system, I felt, kind of failed us, but that's the way our system works.
And in our newsroom today, there was still a lot of debate going on. 3 decades after that verdict was read, people still have very strong opinions about it. Heather and Carlo.
Yeah, Kelly, you see the footage of the white Bronco chase, and we all even took a moment here. We all remember where we were when that was playing out on live TV.
Exactly. You know, we were talking about it in the newsroom earlier. Everybody remembers where they were when that footage came up on television. Everyone remembers where they were when that verdict came down. So certainly still some strong emotions tied to that case, but certainly everybody agrees. You certainly feel for the families who are tied to all of this.
Yeah, I was in my mid-20s living in Los Angeles. I can just tell you it was a very surreal time to be up there and watch all that happen in real time.